best place where we can open a museum of photography and visual art, where African, Moroccans, Arabs, people from the Maghreb, or Europe and USA meet and talk about art, what they and their idea about what is creativity, what's the word, how each part see the word through the art and through photography and visual art. So for us, Marrakech became naturally the place where we had to set up the museum.
So what can visitors to the museum expect to find?
Well, the museum, temporary spaces, we use it like a laboratory, either for our environment and connecting with the public, but also when people come here, we have always set up an international confirmed artist. Like we've started with Lewis Morley. People could find also Don McKinnon, as you say.
Don McKinnon here.
We invited also 5 Magnum photographers, one of the major 5, one like Abbas, Susan Maislis, Jim Goldberg, Mark Powell, Sabatsky. So all those artists were here, but also they can find Moroccan artists, where we have, for example, the 10 contemporary Moroccan photographers we just, that was the inaugural exhibition of the museums, where we had like Ito Bouada, we had also Hassan Hajjaj, who's been in Lakma in New York, in London. We have now, as you see, the 6 Moroccan photographers documenting Morocco, so they can find at the same time, artists that shown in major museums and galleries in the world, like Tate Modern or National Portrait Gallery or the Getty Museum. But also they can find really creative Moroccans, and we wanted to be open inshallah in a few years, to be open to African Maghreb, to be a platform where people can meet. One of the opportunities we have with artists or with the creative people we do is also with all the artists who's been here, we try to do like conferences, walk through with students. So there is a transmission of the experience, a transmission of the somehow a talent to students, Moroccan students. And also what we do day-to-day work, it's we are working with artists, working with art, making exhibitions, but we're also focusing 50% of our time on education of art, on working to bring schools here to educate them. How do we see photography? How do we look at photography? Just educating in general, collaborating with the teachers so they can use photography as material for education. And we are doing also scholarship, so with the help of Pierre Berger Yves Saint Laurent Foundation. So we're sending some Moroccans to University of Barcelona and Center for Creative Photography, because we partnered with them to train people in how do we manage a museum, what is the curatorial, and have this experience, bring them back so they can work in Moroccan cultural institutions and share this experience. So the museum is not only for the art and the artists, but also for education. Well, the project of Magnum was to invite major Magnum photographers, 5 of them, to come to Morocco and to create a portrait of Marrakech. And we've invited them to connect directly with the local community. They were assisted also and working together in some workshops with the local Moroccan photographers. And the challenge was, we just invited them to Morocco, give them comfortable spaces in a way to be creative, and let them on their own connect with the local community and see what comes up through their eyes, and what portrait come up through their eyes and their artists. So the challenge was, how do we create artwork, photography, or connect with those major in a city where there is thousands of tourists each day taking pictures everywhere. So what is the relationship that Marrakech, as we said, people who live in Marrakech, has toward the camera, has toward the photography in general, has toward the art.
So for photographers visiting Marrakech, this is a great place to come first of all. If they're wanting to get more involved in photography, maybe take some photos of their own, but how would you recommend for them to go about things?
Well, Marrakech in Morocco is a city of light and colors. So everywhere they can go, they can take pictures, they can photographs. But then it depends on what are the motivations of the artists, of the photographers, and which kind of photography and photographs you want to take. For me, there is no, and for us and on the team, museum team, there is no judgment on where is the initiative that has to be considered like the best ones or the worst ones. For us, we just open to creativity in general.
That's perfect. Thank you very much.